Hey everybody, it's Toronto Guy here again for another episode of Toronto Guy Cooks, and check it out! Take it out, look at this big piece of meat we got going here. Today we're gonna make an oven roast beef because I went to Taste of the Danforth this past weekend, got me a cool roasting tray with rack, and we're going to pop its cherry here on Toronto Guy Cooks. I've always wanted a proper rack. Taste of the Danforth Kitchen Stuff Plus, they had them on sale. This was, I believe, $10 instead of 20. So we're gonna break its cherry by making a roast. Now, when you want the tenderest, basically the tender cuts of meat. I'm using tenderloin, hence tender. What you want when you're doing an oven roasted beef thing is you want to choose a part of the cow that selflessly sacrificed its life, that doesn't get the most workout. You want like that tender beef. You don't want like part of a leg that the cow is always walking around on, because then it just won't be all tender. It'll be like, meh. So tenderloin, baby. Nice cheap cut of meat. As you see, it's nice and long. It's about the size of my wanger in the eyes of an insect. So I made my own dry rub here. This dry rub is made of chili powder, cinnamon, pepper, salt, garlic powder, paprika, ground cumin. I'm going to be adding some fresh thyme to it as well, but not yet. First, let's rub our meat, baby. Oh, just get it all there. Yeah, looking forward to this. Carlson Penning wanted me to, well, he was like just crying for like, seriously, emailing me and texting me. I don't know how he got my phone number or nothing, but he was like, Toronto Guy, why don't you do some big piece of beef in the oven? And I'm like, dude, I'm only one person, man. I mean, those big pieces of meat are like $40. And I was like, damn it, I finally got this proper roasting tray. Let's find a small cut of meat, and I found this. So at least this will not be a case of, I can't finish all this. I'm gonna have to throw it out and throw away leftovers. I hate throwing away food because I love food. I want to like make out with it, like this. Ooh, yeah, baby. Ooh, baby. Yeah, so that's why I'm doing it. So Carson Penning, AKA the professor. So you can stop texting me, you can stop calling my mother and all that other stuff, and just deal with it. Finally doing what you want me to do. All right, now it's all nice and dry rubbed on there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sear the outside in a frying pan. Let's just get to that right now, cut to that right now, so I can talk during that. Let's cut to that right now. Alright, so we're ready to start searing. What this is going to do is it's going to put the nice golden brown sear on the outside of the meat. And then when it goes in the oven, it's going to keep the juices inside, because the outside is all seared. The juices are going to be like, oh no, it's getting hot in here, we better run away. And the sear is going to be like, you can't run away, I'm all seared. And they're like, oh no, we're going to get eaten. Yep. So that's what we're going to do. Have a pot on medium-high heat, or the pan. It's smoking, so it's good and hot. We want to hear that crackling sound. That sizzling, searing sound. That's how we know it's cooking, baby. We want to do it for about a minute or 2 minutes per side until we do it all the way around. Love it. Who doesn't love the sound of sizzling dead animals? I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now, I've mentioned this before, when cooking meat, what you want to do is you want to make sure you get the meat. Obviously, you take it out of the fridge or the freezer. You want to get it down to room temperature before cooking, because if it's too cold and you start cooking, the outside will cook, but the inside will not. You'll end up raw if you do it right from the freezer. Anybody who cooks meat right from the freezer without making it thaw, at least, is an idiot. So room temperature, it'll cook more evenly throughout. So there you go. And also, we're going to cook this at about 20 minutes per pound. This is just a little bit less than 2.5 pounds. So we're going to put this in the oven for about 50 minutes. I'm looking for medium rare. So what I want is about 130. I have let me get it. I have my special fancy digital thermometer here. Yippity-doo-dah. Yeah, there we go. There it is. Just insert this into the meat. So medium rare, I want it to be about 140 degrees inside. That's Celsius, obviously. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my best to take it out when it's at about 135. And then when I take it out, I'm going to let it rest. And while it's resting, the juices will settle, and it should raise itself to that 140, medium rare. All right, let's give it a turn. Yeah, baby. Oh, these thongs even big enough to handle my meat? Yeah, baby. Oh, love it. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. Just the brown we're looking for, baby. Those juices are gonna be sealed like they committed a crime, baby. They ain't getting anywhere. Well, they'll get out, but they'll end up in my mouth. Eventually they'll turn to poo, and then they'll be free to do whatever they want after they've been pooped out. So let this go for about a minute and a half or so, and then we'll start putting it. We will start deflowering Toronto Guy's new roasting tray. Love it. I've also decided I'm gonna add some shallots. I've chopped up some shallots, members of the onion family. Gonna throw those in there. I had a potato left over from a couple days ago. I'm gonna throw that in there. I don't wanna waste the food, so I'm gonna roast the potato, which I have drizzled with some olive oil and some of the rub that I made for the meat. So why not? Don't wanna waste food. Let's throw it all in there together so they can get along. Little doggy. All right. All right, so it's been about time. Let's turn off the stove. Let's transfer our beef over. Let's just double check it. Love it. Those are seared. Let's just get it on the sides a little bit as the stove top is turned off. As I said, preheat the oven to 300. You might be thinking, oh, that's really low. Well, it can be low depending on what you like. Since I'm searing in the juices, cooking it at a lower temperature, it's gonna actually yield more meat and keep more juices in there. The longer you cook it, obviously the drier it gets. So that's what I'm going for. I've already basically got the outside done. So now we're just gonna be dealing with cooking it on the inside. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, baby. Hope you can hear me through all this. And as I said, about 20 minutes per pound. This is 2.5 pounds. So that's 50 minutes. Let's transfer it over. It's time to deflour you, baby. I put some olive oil on the bottom and brushed it because the shallots and some of the potatoes might seep through. I don't want them to stick or anything. Just want to be safe. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, there you go. Deflour, baby, deflour that. Let's see if we can get it all straight as possible. No, I think heating it has just made it this curly. That's fine. Some people have curly wangers. All right. I'll leave that there for now. Give me my shallots, baby. Let's put our shallots in. Shallots, as I said, are a member of the onion family. Inexpensive. There we go. Let's throw a couple on top and all over the place. Let's let them get that onion shallot scent, smoky in there. There's a few more. Let's get our potatoes. One red potato cut up roughly, just no real way. Drizzled some of the olive oil on there as well as some of the rub. All right, just put it over. Just use your hands. You're a man. Use your friggin' hands. Bloody hell. Damn. All right. Ooh. All right. Need the thyme. Fresh thyme. Looks like a lot because I love thyme. This is about 1/5 of a pack that I bought yesterday for $1.99. Stock up on fresh herbs. Well, don't stock up on fresh herbs and they'll be fresh for so long, but stock up on spices. I really got to make that spice video because my kitchen cupboard here is just filled with spices. If you're on a budget, you can make inexpensive meals taste really friggin' good by seasoning them up nicely. You know what I mean? Of course you know what I mean. Well, you don't because I haven't done the video yet, but it's gonna come, don't worry, because I did have an idea at work today for the very first meal on a budget with Toronto Guy idea. All right, how's that looking? How's it look? You see it? This thing also has these cool little things here. Yay! Yay! So here we go. How's it look? It's looking fine. Well, it's looking fine to me right now. Holy moly! It looks cooked to me, but obviously it ain't. The inside isn't. Which is what we're gonna do now. 20 minutes a pound. This is 2.5 pounds. We're going for 50 minutes at 300. Let's put it on in there. Ooh. So excited to see how it turns out, man. So is that it? Let's set our timer for 50 minutes. Let's set it for 45. So, because remember, I want it, ultimately I'm going for medium rare, which is about 140 degrees Celsius. But I want to take it out at about 135. So Take it out 135, let it rest so the juices will rest, because there's no escape for the juices. They've been sealed in there now with the searing. And then as it rests, it'll just bring itself up to that 140, and it should be good to go. Alright, so here it is. Now what happened was, after the 45 minutes, I took it out, put my trusty instant thermometer in there. It was at about 126. As I said, I wanted it to be 135, so what I did is I put it back in the oven, raised it to 350, and let it go for another 10 minutes. Just took it out. Now the inside is at about 136, so I'm going to let it settle for about 10 minutes, let all the juices just be like, hey man, what are we going to do? We're stuck in here. And let it raise on its own to 140 medium rare. The little holes that I stuck the thermometer in were seeping out juices. That's very good. Thing is, they're a little red seemingly, so we'll see if this worked. Now, again, I'm following a YouTube video that I found, because usually when I make my roast beefs, I do it in the slow cooker. This is like the first time in years that I've done it in the oven. So if it's all bloody and just way too bloody on the inside, I mean, it was at 136, so it's cooked on the inside. I stuck it into the thickest part of the meat, so we'll see. As we just let it rest for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to cut it open, see how it looks. The potatoes, I'm sure, are not cooked because they were only going for about 40 minutes. And usually when I do my roasted potatoes, I boil them first for about 15 minutes on a light boil, and then I put them in the oven. These went straight into the oven, so they're probably raw on the inside. So I probably won't be eating them. Yeah, I can already feel they're they're not fully cooked, so who cares? Big deal. The bottom line is the meat, because I'm a man, and I'm a real man, so I like meat. So let's let it sit for about another 10 minutes or so. Then we're going to cut it open, see how it looks inside here in Toronto Guy Cooks. Smells awesome though. The thyme, oh, the whole cooking process, the thyme just smells in the Toronto Guy studio really good. So I can just do this and be like, oh, I'm gonna orgasm in my face. Oh, so I'll be right back in about 10 minutes or now. All right, so it's been 10 minutes resting. Seems nice and tender. It's time to cut it open. Let's give it. Certainly tastes freaking good. Holy moly! All right. Obviously, we want to. I'm sure the thin pieces on this side and stuff are probably cooked, but I want to see the middle, man. So let's carve it up with my trusty Miracle Blade fillet knife. Cuts it. Let's see it. Looks good. Holy moly, it looks good. Don't know. You probably can't tell on the camera, but it is red, but it's the red that I like. Ooh, let me taste. Let me take a little slice and give it a try. Look at the blood seeping off. The juices. Let's try this piece here, baby. I said let's try it. Hey man, you're gonna leave your friend no matter what. Oh, it's perfect. Oh, it's like just melting in your mouth for real. It worked, man. Well, kind of. I did have to put it in for another 10 minutes at 350 after 45 minutes, but still it worked. Oh, these are going to make great sandwiches, man, too. So thank you, Professor Penning, for suggesting me do this. So now let's get us a couple slices for the picture. Look at the juices just coming off. People will say, look at how red that is. It's all raw and blood. No, it's cooked. Trust me. It's perfect. You know, just... If it wasn't, it would be chewy. You'd be chewing it forever to get, oh, please. Oh, I want to eat another piece right now. It's looking so freaking lovely. Oh, the juices are like, thank God I can breathe. Yeah, you're going to breathe right into my stomach, fools. Oh, medium rare. That's how I like it, baby. That's how I like it. A few more pieces from the big, thick parts. I should be using my actual carving knife from Miracle Blade instead of my fillet, but I just figured the fillet, since it's like, not as rigid the edges as the carving knife, would cut better, but the carving knife would obviously cut better, but I've already gone this far. Let's stick with the fillet. Alright, I've got a long plate, let's do a couple more. Alright. That's good enough. Oh, let me cut off an end piece and just try the end piece. I'm a man, I eat with a man fork. Oh. Perfect, holy moly. Look at the juices and the vitamins. Alright, so now we're gonna start doing the thing. Oh my god, that is so freaking good. Oh, that is so good, man. Maybe a little more salt to give it a little more flavor, but still freaking good, baby. Let's plate it on up for the picture. All right. I need to clean up this plate a bit so it'll look presentable for the picture. So let me do that real quick. All right, that's good enough. Let me hold it up here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a quick picture of it and insert it right here. All right, so there you have it. Let me eat some of this. You're looking at the picture I just took, and right now I'm gonna eat some of the picture I just took, but I'm gonna eat the meat. Oh, that's perfect. It's just like comes apart in your mouth while you're chewing on it. Beautiful, man. This might be a little rare, like slightly medium rare, but it's still freaking awesome. Oh, well, there you have it. Carlson Penning, stop calling my mother. I made the roast. It was good. That roasting pan thing is freaking awesome. Beautiful. I'm gonna have some sandwiches over the next couple days. Oh, there you have it, everybody. Toronto Guy Cooks. Patreon.com/Toronto Guy. Give me money, or just at least share my videos around. You can support me that way. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Meat, baby. You can't beat meat. But there you have it. As usual, stop being fucking pissy and moany about shit going on the internet. Stop believing and going with the internet shit, the crap that goes on the internet. All the friggin' left versus right shit is bullshit. Stay out of it. It's a waste of time. The majority of people don't give a fuck about it. Go out and experience life. And make fun of the people online if you have to. If you insist on living in that crazy world. But this has been Toronto Guy. Eat well. I certainly will over the next couple days. Have an awesome day. Patreon.com/Toronto Guy. I'm going to shut up and eat. Have a lovely day. Go away. Penning.